Great seeing you here for devotions. And all this week, we are talking about the power of prayer. So if you missed any of them, I really want you to back up because this is one of the most important things you need to do. First thing I want you to notice here is this. Prayer is the most important conversation of the day. Did you see that? Listen, I hate to break your bubble. The most important decision of your day is not with your spouse, not with your kids. Okay, they're really important. The most important decision about a conversation that you have all day long is the conversation that you have with your God. And of course, that'll be about your spouse and your kids too. In Proverbs 6, verse 2, you've heard this verse a lot from me. If you are snared by the words of your mouth, caught in the words of your mouth. Now, I'm going to stop there. Some of you, and I mean this, I was dealing with a family this past week. I swear, the whole family ought to be on Prozac. I mean it. It looks like they've been sucking on dill pickles all day long. They got those sour looks on their face. You know, we can pick that up from our families. This is what I want you to do. I want you to wake up every day and say, this is the day that the Lord hath made. I'm going to be glad in it. I praise him for the sunshine. I praise him for the rain. Whatever trouble you had yesterday, you got to let it go. I got this thing I say, I've got so much trouble going on today, I can't even think about the trouble yesterday. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so you got to start talking positive. Now, when you pray, you've got to be positive. It must be faith-filled. And very, very important. Now, looks down here in Psalms 19, verse 14. Let the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Now, I want to let you know, we have a miracle-working God. They can do miraculous things. I always think to myself, the story down at Dallas Theological Seminary, it had been founded in 1924. And in those early days, they were going bankrupt. Well, Dr. Harry Ironside, a great man of God, ran that school, preacher. And so he got everybody together and they began to pray. And he said, oh, God, we need a miracle. We know you own the cattle on 1,000 hills. Father, I pray that you'd sell some of those cattle so that we could pay our bills. Well, within an hour, somebody came knocking on the door of his office while they were still meeting. And it was a rich Texan, said God had laid on his heart that they were in need. He said, I just got done selling 2 entire loads of cattle. And I want to give all the money to your ministry. And it was to the dollar that which was owed. You know, the story that I have just like Pastor Jason runs our music. In fact, he's running all my stuff right now for video. His grandfather and his grandmother were with me in the early 80s. And we had a financial project we were working on, and we're trying to raise $10,000 with this really dirt poor congregation. In fact, trust me, they were the richest people in the church. There's normal people. And so here I was short. I can't remember the exact amount, but it was like $800 and some dollars, and it came down to some odd dollars. Well, I was down in my office, and we had claimed as a church that by that Sunday, we were going to raise $10,000. I got down on my knees. I said, God, I don't understand this, but I still need this exact amount of money. And so I told the Lord, I'm going to have to go to the pulpit and tell him the money didn't come in, and I didn't understand it. Well, I was walking up the aisle. I got right near the end of the aisle, and Rich and Phyllis, they were sitting right near the end, and he grabbed my arm, and he goes, we have a gift we want to give. And it was to the dollar of the amount of money we needed for $10,000. That left such an impression on me of our powerful God and how he answers prayer. Look here. Faith and prayer are the vitamins of the soul. Listen, you want to be a powerful Christian? You want to do well? You feed the soul, and then your soul will feed you. So I want you to pray today.